Ja, herzlich willkommen bei Bier und Spiele. Folge Nummer 3. Wir sind immer noch auf dem Weg zum Schiff. Wir haben hier jetzt was gefunden. Ich gehe jetzt oben noch mal lang und dann zurück zur Kneipe. Und beim Händler wollte ich auch noch mal gucken. Wir gucken einfach mal. Das werden wir ja wohl finden. Da rum und dann runter zum Händler. So, ich muss mir schnell mal was zu trinken holen. Ich bin sofort wieder da. Heigi, ich bin gleich wieder da. Ich muss mir schnell was zu trinken holen. Es geht gerade los. Hast nicht verpasst. Wir fangen gerade an. Wir wollen erstmal noch runter, erstmal was verkaufen. Und warte, das machen wir schnell noch. Und gucken, ob ich Heiltränke kaufen kann. Das wäre natürlich cool.
Welcome. It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking? What might I help you with?
3 Stück brauche ich.
Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
So, da vorne bei den Pestkranken kann ich jetzt endlich den Heiltrank abgeben. Aber ich will mir schnell was zu trinken und was Kaltes. Ich bin sofort wieder da, Jungs. Bis gleich. Gebt mir schnell eine Minute. Bis gleich. So, bin wieder da. Prost. Na Wulle, das ist bis jetzt in bester Gotik-Manier. Nicht ganz so stressig wie Elex, aber schon schön. Ich habe nur den kleinen Hafen, habe 2, 3, 4 Nebenquests. Hier unten ist das Boot. Ich muss los von der Stadt. Auf eine geheime Insel eine Medizin finden, damit wir hier die Krankheit heilen. Das hier eine Pest ist hier unterwegs. Ja, habe ich da Heiltränke.
Yes, here they are. Hey, did you see that? That other alchemist kept his word. I hope these are good ones.
The colour looks like it should, not like those others.
Well then, since you want us to go, then we'll be going. Come on, everyone.
The alchemist is now far from danger, at least.
Go and tell him the good news. So,
Ja, für den haben wir jetzt schon mal die Mission geschafft. Sehr schön.
I persuaded the mob to disperse calmly and without a fight. The way is free.
Very well.
Vielleicht schaffe ich es noch, die Schlösser
Power of
aufzuknacken.
persuasion. They didn't seem of a mind to hear
Ich
reason
will
from
eigentlich
me.
alles machen, bevor wir
You're free.
abhauen.
Climb into your carriage and leave Serene immediately. Let me deal with Dr. Sahin.
I owe you my life, sir.
Siehst du, jetzt
I
kann der
will be
nämlich sich
eternally in your
verfatzen.
debt.
I remind you to never step foot here again.
I have no desire to return.
Der soll aber nie wiederkommen. Genau, den treffe ich vielleicht später in einer anderen Stadt wieder. Na, hier war der Schlüssel. Ja, noch kann ich es nicht. Noch kann ich nicht Schlösser knacken. Hier gibt es noch echt viele in der Kneipe zu holen.
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
So, was ist denn hier mit Konstantin? Sag mal, Anja.
I'm looking for my cousin. His name is Constantine. I believe he was intent on celebrating his departure last night.
There was indeed a party here last night, but it ended badly.
Whatever do
Okay.
you mean?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered, and no one's paid for the damages.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, did there happen to be a young man? 20 years of age. Hair down to his neck, light brown, blue eyes. Quite the talker.
I don't believe it. Of course he was there. He's the man that started the fight.
Ja,
I hope you've come to
herrlich, der hat
reimburse me.
angefangen.
Don't count on me to help you if that's not the case.
Grüße my
What kind of
voice.
damage are we talking about exactly?
A good half of my furniture was
Wir
broken
gucken mal, ob
into
wir ablegen können
firewood.
heute. Mal sehen, ob wir
I
es schaffen.
piled up the lot over there.
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be repaired.
If you can fix it, I'd be obliged. If not, you'll need to pay.
Here you are, to cover your expenses.
Excellent. Honest books makes for honest friendships. Your cousin is either a very bad joker or a right good fool. He went and insulted a band of ruffians from the lower boroughs. Dangerous fellows. They've a storehouse they operate out of a few streets from here.
What kind of business do they run?
Several, actually, and they're all illegal and profitable. But you didn't hear that from me. In any case, if you were set on recovering your cousin, I would hurry if I were you.
Okay,
They're not
okay,
the
okay.
tender sorts.
Thank you for the information.
Off with ya. Get him out of whatever mess he's got himself into. Seemed like a courageous fellow. Who could down his pint. Anything else?
Nee, der Rest ist eigentlich alles cool. Bis
I
später.
need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Ich soll hier irgendwas reparieren, aber...
The furniture is in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen worse. We'll need to build some metal dowels, but once done, we can make them like new.
I could repair this if I had some metal dowels.
Okay. Okay. Jetzt bin ich ja mal gespannt hier. Große Mission. Hier, geil. Von Sinbad, der Kumpel. Pass mal auf hier, über den Quacksalber. Den habe ich nämlich gefunden und den habe ich weggeschickt.
I tracked down your man near the coin guard barracks.
Finally. Did you capture him?
Let's just say I put an end to his activities. His reputation in Serene is forever tarnished. Matters turned out a little more complicated than anticipated. Why should I deliver him to you? You deliberately hid the truth about him from me.
What?
Jawohl.
Might I remind you that you're in audience with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance?
And you to a legate of the Congregation of Merchants, that you treat like an imbecile. This man is indeed an alchemist at the bridge, and he told me much about your disagreement of opinion.
And of course you sided with him.
Certainly not. I have no part to play in your quarrels. I just chased him from our city. Now, if you're still intent on placing him in irons, you need to capture him on your own lands.
How embarrassing. I should have shown more honesty in your regard. Please accept my excuses. And this modest gift for the voyage that awaits you.
Krass,
I need to be
scheiße.
going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Ja, dann gucken wir mal, wo Jerkins ist. Eins nach dem anderen. Okay, so machen wir's. Schön relaxed. So, was sagen die Jungs? Darth Vader. Vielleicht hat es ein bisschen einen Arm und krass. Ja, dann erzähle mal.
Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite finished my inquiry yet.
If you would be so courteous, I would like you to leave. I have told you all that I have to say.
Krass, was machen wir jetzt? Ihr drohen oder?
Come on now, stop lying. Jonas was taken away by force against his will by armed men.
That is not true. Completely false. He...
Enough! With every word, you are a step closer to a prison cell.
Prison? But what would be the charges?
Kidnapping. Whether Jonas is your son or not, he is a naught that you kidnapped and locked up. In the eyes of the prince, you have committed a crime that puts the
Machen wir noch hier in der
interests of the
Stadt. Ein paar Missionen
congregation
noch und dann
at
können wir hier
great
ablegen
risk.
mit dem Boot.
I beg of you, Your Excellency. Have mercy on a poor mother who is looking only to
Dritter
recover her
Minus.
child. We didn't kidnap our own son. And if you need to speak with him to be convinced, please do. He's in our warehouse, near the Coin Guard Plaza, next to the canal. I am certain that once you have heard his account, you will see the tragedy in our predicament and help us.
I regret threatening that woman.
You didn't have a choice. She was lying, and we need to find that boy.
Oh, beim Kapitän. Mal gucken, was der jetzt sagt.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul...
Don't worry. We'll find him in time.
I certainly hope so.
What will be your official title on TFD? Or are you just...
Come now, don't... But I am therefore
Ja, das hatten
also
wir schon.
your help.
It's always a... I've had a word with Lady Font. She told... She's...
Who was a captain?
They took him back.
Well, that is very... Since time, children will...
Das hat man alles schon.
Are you telling...
But Sir Font...
Do you mean he would...
Will he probably... What counts? Breaking a contract?
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us.
You'll find all you need in our selection. Whatever you need to be the talk of all Serene. Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
Let's just try to remain discreet.
Sir de Sade.
Oh, wo sind wir denn hier
What are you
gelandet?
doing here?
I've come looking for your son. The Naughts are worried about his disappearance.
Those Naughts took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Okay.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine? You've taken your son against his will and have him locked up like merchandise in a warehouse. Is that what you call being a good father?
As if you would know what it is like to be a parent. You are far too young to understand the way we feel.
I looked into the contract that binds you to the Naughts. It was indeed you who ceded your son to them in exchange for help with your business with the bridge.
It is so. But that sort of contract is ignoble. I never would have signed it if I had known.
You should have thought of that before. Breaking the contract could have regrettable consequences for the congregation.
Jawohl,
The
da
Prince
hörst
will
es.
know how to negotiate with the Naughts. If they take my son back, my wife will die of sadness.
Her sadness would be all the more terrible if she learned of your role in the story, don't you think?
You wouldn't dare tell her. I beg you.
You're not leaving me
beg
with a
you.
choice.
Very well. Take the key
Jawohl,
and
ruft es weh, jawohl.
take him away. Cursed be the day I delivered my son unto the North.
Reicht
All
den nächsten
children
fürs
leave the
Boot,
nest
jawohl.
one day or another, sir. Farewell. Locked. It's not possible just now.
Sehr gut.
Who are you?
Sehr
My
gut.
name is de Sade. I am legate of
Wir
the
haben die erste
congregation.
kleine
Your
Story-Mission
captain has
geschafft.
sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my father to allow me to go free?
Yes. Even if I had
Wir
to
kriegen
bend
eine schöne
his arm a
Crew
little.
zusammen. Schön.
That doesn't surprise me.
Schön, schön, schön. Das wird
Seem
eine
to
schöne
have no
Crew.
intention of changing his mind. I feel more sorry for my mother. She seems so sweet and happy to see me.
You don't seem to be all that close to your parents.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. I barely remember them. They find me, capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse. Hard to grow close after all that. My family is the Naughts. I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now. Can I go home?
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then find your way to the ship. I'll see you there.
So, Captain, dein Kumpel habe ich gerettet. Da haben wir die nächste Mission. Da sind wir fast fertig. Es sind nur noch 2 Missionen. Das kriegen wir hin.
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin.
Geil.
As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Fett.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
My cabin boy, Jonas, is back on ship. I have you to thank, I imagine.
Cool.
You do.
Kein Problem.
It's a rather sad affair, and though solved, leaves a broken family behind.
All we can do is plot a course. No one tells the wind what to do. I do thank you. I didn't think you'd go to so much trouble.
Kein Problem, Captain.
Your actions bring
Der Kapitän sieht geil aus hier, Maui. Nautenruf 3, fett.
Be back soon, Captain.
So. Jetzt kümmern wir uns um die vorletzte Mission. Da hinten. Und dann jetzt oben weiter. Dann jetzt zum Botschafter und dann sage ich Bescheid, dass wir abhauen können. Hier hinten war ich gar nicht. Okay. Cool. Psst.
Open up, imbeciles! I have a ship to catch! That vulture of a tavern master was right. It is Constantine's voice. It's coming from the floor above.
It sounds as if he's locked up.
And I have a feeling they're expecting company. Be careful. The slightest itchy word to these brutes will have them drawing blades to scratch it.
Okay.
Negotiation may be the solution. As you say, this breed of brutes won't spit on ransom money.
What a waste. I'd rather sneak around them than give half a coin to these seedy fellows.
It's blocked.
It's obvious that he's a noble, a rich man. He needed to be taught a lesson, but it's better we grab him. To my house! Things are about to get dicey.
I don't have the key. It's not possible just now.
Jetzt habe ich irgendeinen Schlüssel gefunden, jetzt müssen wir gleich mal gucken. Nee.
I don't have the key.
Okay, den nimmt er noch nicht.
Locked. I don't have the key. I don't have the key.
Ich habe ihn gefunden. Sehr schön. Ich habe ihn gefunden.
Treaties to sign,
Cool.
riches to expedite, and a demanding father to impress.
Constantine, it's me!
My dear cousin! Oh, my lucky star! Always there to pull me out of my fights.
I do
Oh,
what I
so
can.
schön.
We're departing soon. Your father wasn't pleased by your absence this morning.
Können wir heute so abreisen mit dem Schiff?
About anything when it comes to me? You know what he thinks of me.
He cares about you. I know that. He appointed you governor, didn't he? He is ridding himself of a source of
Können wir
constant
abreisen? Mensch, das...
Enough said. Today we set sail for adventure.
Klar, jetzt können wir richtig Segel setzen, alter Schwede. Ausrüstung der neuen Pferden. Ist der dritte jetzt, oder was? Geil.
If you only knew how these river scum treated me. Do me a courtesy, good cousin. Now that we stand boldly alongside the brave Kurt, let's give them their money's worth.
There's no one left to pay, Your Highness. The brave Kurt and your cousin have already settled the books.
Really now? What a shame. I would have loved to have seen that. We've nothing left to do then than to board our ship. An adventure awaits us at the end of the street.
Geile Nummer. Jetzt gehe ich krank. Alter, jetzt sind wir zu dritt. Der sieht auch schick aus wie ich. Hier, herrlich. Oh, ja. Schön. Die 3 Musketiere. Oh, da gehe ich ja fest. Zeig mir her. Ich werde hier irgendwo rauskommen.
in blood. Do you need something?
I wondered if you ever felt lonely.
I always do. Why, do you want to rectify this?
I hope to have kept you good company for all these years. After all, we were always together.
And I valued your friendship. But I thought you were referring to another kind of company. And to be honest, you and Constantine aren't exactly my type. Anything else?
I must leave you.
Also ich muss von der Mission her ihm seine Klamotten wieder geben, aber ich glaube, ich habe sie schon eingesammelt, weiß es aber nicht genau. Okay. Nicht schlecht, nicht schlecht. Ich glaube, ich bin mit allem fertig. Ich glaube, wir reisen jetzt los. Wir sind zu dritt schon mal. Das ist doch schon mal geil. Gucken Sie blöde die zwei, herrlich. Oh, steck mich bloß nicht an mit deiner Scheiße. Alles klar, hier war ich schon. Ja, da habe ich echt alles gemacht. Dann machen wir jetzt die letzte Mission hier. Hier, bei der Kirche des heiligen Johannes. Ich gehe pinkeln, ich bin gleich wieder da. Das ist die letzte Mission auf der Karte. Hier. Oh, Verteidigung, Angriff. Ich verdächtig. Verdächtig, okay, nett, Handelskonsortium, der Rest alles verdächtig. Scheiße. Verdächtig. Verdächtig. Nett. Naja, alles scheiße. Machen wir. Bis gleich. Ich gehe schnell pinkeln. Jetzt sind wir zu dritt. Sehr schön.
Sire, I'm sorry. I'm afraid that I won't make for good company.
No problem.
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sardet, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are departing for Tirfredi on the hour.
Ah, yes. I did indeed hear talk that you had both received callings of greater stature. Allow me to congratulate you. Were you not named legate of the congregation?
You are correct, Excellency. I thank you.
It is a station of great honor that I am sure you will fill with brio and panache. The Mother Cardinal Cornelia will be enchanted to work with you, and your cousin in the future. I only regret that your departure is so sudden.
Really?
To be entirely honest with you, I was hoping to solicit your help in a rather delicate matter.
Tell me more about it, and perhaps I can take care of your problem before my departure.
Very well.
Ich habe mich eigentlich alles gekümmert. Jetzt bin ich
group of
bin
dangerous heretics has found refuge in Serene. We know that your uncle tolerates the presence of all pagans within the city walls. But these particular non-believers threaten the fragile harmony of this place. We would consider it a tremendous favor if you would arrest them and deliver them to our guard.
Heresy is not a crime in Serene. You do know that. But I'm sure my uncle would hear your arguments. Why call on my intervention?
The prince would indeed give us his blessing, but it would take time. Far too much time. For according to our sources, these fugitives have already made contact with a smuggler to take them who knows where.
I see. You're hoping that I'll be able to do something before they make it to an enemy city. If your heretics are planning on boarding a ship, then they must be in the dockyards. I'll look into this and see what I can do. How goes the conflict with the Bridge Alliance?
Your territory is, alas, the only one that has been spared from the ravages of war on the continent. We fight on every front. Without great success, one must say. But what other choice do we have?
Ja, jetzt sind wir zu dritt hier schon, die drei Musketiere, herrlich.
So-called savants not only refuse the light, but are determined in their fight against it.
And on Tirfredi?
To my knowledge, no one has yet seen any serious fighting. The bridge have succeeded in provoking the natives there, and have their hands full keeping them at bay. Which leaves us greater latitude to settle peacefully and pursue our mission of conversion.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May
Bis
the
später.
light guide you, Desade.
Oh ja, möge das Licht mit dir sein. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Jungs, wir müssen los.
Sir? Constantine d'Orsay, future governor of Tier
Geil, sieht aus wie ich, herrlich.
I'm enchanted, Captain. I am eager to board your ship.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness. I hope you enjoy your voyage.
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide.
Die teure Jacke wie ich, herrlich. Was ist denn hier mit den Ketzern?
Have you seen anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking. Maybe clandestine passengers.
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. May I ask you, why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
Nothing to bother yourself about. I'm just curious.
You wouldn't, by the sheerest of coincidences, be on the trail of a couple of heretics, Your Excellency. The same a couple of the ambassadors of Ptolemy's men have been looking for nigh on 2 days.
And so you know about that?
Of course. The Cardinal's henchmen are hard to miss, even in a crowd. And they were making quite a fuss, hoping we would cave in and help them in their hunt. Feel free to carry out your own investigation, but you'll end up with the same answers. The port brigs, just like the warehouses, are property of the Nords. No one else may enter.
Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a captain, Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail. Are you the smuggler that the Nauts arrested?
You massacred all these guards just to ask me that question? You must really be in a hurry to get out of the city.
Answer me, please.
I'm already locked up. What more do I risk? Yes, I am a smuggler. But I'm not the only one in this city.
Okay.
I'm searching for a couple fleeing to Leme. They're trying to leave the city discreetly. Have they contacted you?
You certainly can't imagine I'm going to answer you without getting something in exchange. I don't really think of my clients as kin, but I'd never betray any of them for free.
A real saint you are. How about your freedom in exchange for your loyalty? Tell me where I can find them and I'll open this cage.
That works for me. Your two Telemites are hidden in a warehouse behind this very prison. They must be waiting for me. But you might want to be quick about it. If the Nauts get their hands on them, they'll find themselves in this same cage.
Thank you.
Anytime. And these doors? You're gonna open
Ich weiß ja, wie ich die aufkriegen soll.
Thank you, my lord. And don't worry about me. I'll slip outside without being seen.
Du Scheiße, ich glaube, ich habe sie alle gefunden.
May the Illuminated save us. Did the smuggler send you?
The man to which you are referring
Hier
was
sind die
arrested
Ketzer,
and
jawohl.
thrown into prison, but revealed to me your hiding place.
Oh, the traitor!
Have you come to deliver us to the Inquisition then? Please, please, have pity on our souls. We have committed no crime. We are not heretics. We are nothing more than historians.
In that case, why is the ambassador of Teleme so concerned about your teachings? Why is the Inquisition looking for you, and why are you hiding?
Our only error was wanting to publish our work.
It's true. We presented our research, but it didn't please the censor. And here you have the result.
We fled all the way to Serene, thinking we would be safe. But the Inquisition wants to silence us so badly that they followed us here.
Tell me more about your research. What about it is so horrifying that it would provoke such a fuss?
Our work concerned the teachings of St. Lucius.
The disciple of St. Mateus? The one who returned to Teleme after traveling with his master?
The very same. His writing was carefully preserved, but never seriously studied.
With the discovery of Teofredi, we thought it crucial to take a look at the original text. We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway place that he spoke of. The Eden of St. Mateus.
And? What did you find?
Teofredi is without any doubt the land that our Saint Mateus and his disciples went to. But the text that we discovered was radically different from what we expected to find.
In the original text, St. Lucius doesn't speak of an Eden, of the paradise of the illuminated. He speaks of a voice that came from the depths of the earth, which convinced St. Mateus to stay there.
It was written in black and white, and there is no doubt about it. The original was written in Lucius's own hand.
I understand now what that text has cost you. This voice from the depths sounds more the power of a demon than a saint.
The sacred texts are always difficult to interpret, but what is written is written.
Okay.
Who were you hoping would give you a...
We were hoping that...
Did you try speaking with the censors? You could...
Oh, we were...
I could have a word with the good Dr. Sahin, the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. If he can be persuaded to offer you asylum, you would be saved.
Your goodness honors you. May the Illuminated forever light your path.
If I manage to convince the ambassador, you'll need to refrain from that sort of blessing. Stay here. I'll be back.
Have you spoken with the ambassador? Has he accepted to give us refuge?
Your Excellency.
Lord
Geil, zu dritt. Jawohl, Baby. Jetzt musst du sagen, was abgeht. Ich brauche deine Hilfe, wegen den Historikern.
I would like to talk to you about a rather delicate matter.
I am listening.
A couple of historians have made a recent discovery concerning Matthäus, the founder of the mythical Teleme. And it seems that this is not to the liking of the Illuminated, or at least his more fervent subjects.
These sinister hypocrites are going to want to burn them at the stake.
Without a doubt. And that's why these poor people are begging you to offer them asylum.
We are willing. Where are they to be found at this time?
At the port of Serene.
Cool.
They were hoping to stow away discreetly on a vessel to Al-Sad.
Very well. I shall send an escort immediately to take them somewhere safe.
Cool.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Cool.
We owe you our lives. We are eternally grateful.
It was nothing. I hope you won't have too much difficulty adapting to your new country.
If you would allow me, I would like to give you this.
Oh, nicht schlecht, jetzt krieg ich was geschenkt.
Not much, but it is all that we possess.
Farewell.
Gebe ran.
Kind heart.
8 Gold.
It'll be the end of you, but that doesn't bother me. I wouldn't have wanted those poor buggers to end up on a burning pyre.
It would seem that I'm not the only one with a tender heart. Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
It pains me to inform you that the heretics you seek have fled.
Curse them! How could that possibly have happened?
After I heard the case they made for themselves, I decided to let them escape.
What are you saying?
They convinced me that your accusations have nothing to do with heresy, and that their only crime was discovering historical truths denied by Thélème.
And you gave credence to the lies preferred by these blasphemers.
Ich hätte lügen sollen.
Their historical truths are nothing but nonsense, fabricated to undermine the foundations of Thélème. The simple act to have proffered such horrors proves the fact that they are heretics. I fear that your youth and kind heart has blinded you, de Sardet. That is a shame. I was expecting more from a young legate who seemed sensitive to our magic.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, de Sardet.
Also ich glaube jetzt geil zum Abschluss. Wir hauen jetzt ab. Ich habe jetzt alles geschafft.
Your Highness, I'm happy to see you. Your absence this morning worried both your father and me.
Come now, Sir de Corsilion.
Hier, geil, da steht mein ganzer Trupp. Jetzt geht's ab.
Never worried about me. I'm sad to have caused you any worry, though. Would you believe that I was rotting away in a sinister jail, guarded by thugs ready to kill me? Though still seeing double from last night's drink, I was preparing an ingenious escape plan when, ta-da! My dear cousin jumped up out of nowhere and saved me. I'm quite the fairy tale damsel in distress.
You might have refrained from the company of bandits the night before such an important departure.
Take away the risk and halve the pleasure, de Corsilion. It is the salt of life.
I fear that some of my teachings have been misunderstood. But you wanted to ask me something, de Sardet?
I need to be leaving. I have quite a few things to do before we raise anchor.
Absolut großartig sehen sie aus. Die drei Musketiere. kann mir sogar einschleißen. Komm. Zack. Sehr schön. Was für ein geiles Riesenschiff, Alter.
Greenblood, do you need something?
I must leave you.
Wir gucken nochmal bei der Wache. Geil.
Sir? Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon.
Permission to board the ship. We are ready.
Certainly. But keep in mind that we'll be at sea for several months. If you have any farewells to make or any final business to put into order, now is the time.
Ja, komm, nochmal bleiben. Wir gucken uns alles nochmal an.
Then be quick with it. There isn't much time left before the tide rolls out.
Cool, cool, cool.
What do you think of our port?
Are you referring to this one?
Ich gehe nochmal kaufen, verkaufen.
Port on the continent. Thanks to your prince, even though it remains part of your city, it holds a particular status for us Nords. Certain zones are owned completely by us, and maritime law holds office. It's a good port. Were it not for the Malachor, it would be a pleasant place to dock.
Na, nicht schlecht, nicht schlecht.
Be back soon, Captain.
So you're back. Right then. What about our business?
We can guarantee that your merchandise will leave with us.
Thank you, Your Excellency. And bravo, Kurt. The Commander will be most pleased.
The cargo shall make the voyage. But who will be at its reception once it's arrived?
That shall be your next mission. Once you've reached New Serene, go and find the Quartermaster. He will give you new instructions. Until then, I wish you a safe and pleasant voyage, Your Excellency. Kurt, good luck.
Sauber. Dann haben wir das auch abgeschlossen.
Here's your hat! Welcome! It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything? Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
Naja, da speichern wir das ja ab. Und in Episode 4 fahren wir hier los von der Insel. Wir sehen uns. Mit dem Riesenschiff geht's dann los. Bis später. Haltet die Ohren steif, das wird geil. Bis dahin. Ciao, ciao. Ich speichere das erstmal ab jetzt hier. Geil. Geil. Bis dahin. Ciao, ciao.